This is SSPTV News, brought to you by Samsung Productions and the Hazleton Standard Speaker.
Hazleton's Lou Barletta is ready to square off with Bob Casey for a U.S. Senate seat in the fall. Hear what he had to say after his victory in the primary next. Hey everyone, thank you so much for your time. I'm Ken Karen. You're watching us on Service Electric Cablevision, Channel 13, and in fabulous HD on Channel 513. And download the free Samsung Productions app to stream us on your TV with Google Chromecast and Apple TV. And we start tonight with headlines from SSPTV and the Hazleton Standard Speaker. The May primary election is now history, and for the first time ever, you had the ability to watch SSPTV's election night coverage live on Channel 13 and HD Channel 513 and on Facebook Live. The political team of Sam Lassant, Mike DeCosmo, Rick Morelli, Charles McElwee, and Vince Benedetto brought you in-depth analysis about the candidates and the impact of the election. One of the most talked about results around the country today was the race for United States Senate. Current Congressman Lou Barletta received 63% of the vote in his victory over Republican challenger Jim Christiana, a state representative from Beaver, Pennsylvania. We were there for Barletta's victory speech.
This election is an important election. It's one of the top races in the country. It's one of the top races because one vote can mean the difference. Just one vote can mean the difference between the direction that this country is going on and going back to where we came from. Now, the media said that Donald Trump could not win in Pennsylvania, and Pennsylvania sent Donald Trump to the White House. I was also told that I would never be mayor. And I was mayor for 3 terms. They also told me I'd never beat a 26-year incumbent, and we beat a 26-year incumbent. And now they're saying that I'm not going to beat Bob Casey, and we're going to beat Bob Casey. You know, as I travel around, I was one of the first, as you know, to have endorsed Donald Trump when he first ran. And people at that time, there was 17 candidates. People said that I was crazy, and so now they're asking me the fact that I've co-chaired the campaign for Donald Trump here in Pennsylvania, was on the transition team supporting his agenda. Do I think that will hurt me? And I have to ask, so what's there to be upset about? The fact that the stock market's up over 20%, the fact that unemployment's down to 3.9%, the fact that black unemployment's at an all-time low, the fact that Hispanic unemployment's at an all-time low, the fact that women's unemployment is at an 18-year low, the fact that ISIS is practically gone, small business confidence is at an all-time high, consumer confidence is at an all-time high, North Korea is coming to the table, the wall's being built. What the hell is there to be upset about?
And afterwards, Barletta talked with reporters, including our Lisa Sugart.
How difficult has it been in Western Pennsylvania? You're a household name here in this area. They know Bob Casey. Do they know Lou Barletta?
Well, I had to spend a lot of time out in Western Pennsylvania, and I'm going to continue to spend there. And so far, I can tell you, I think they like what they see because, the people of Western Pennsylvania are much like those here in Northeastern Pennsylvania, where coal and energy, these are, again, blue-collar working families who I relate to very well. And again, the contrast is that Bob Casey's moved out of that place where the values of Pennsylvania people are and has moved very far left. Again, Elizabeth Warren would not do very well as a senator here in Pennsylvania, and Bob Casey's record mirrors hers.
President Donald Trump sent out a tweet this morning congratulating Barletta. And former Pennsylvania Revenue Secretary Dan Muser was the top vote getter in a 3-man race for the Republican nomination in the new 9th Congressional District. Muser defeated Schuylkill County Commissioner George Halkovich and Scott Eulinger.
We do need to campaign on the priorities that the people of the 9th have demanded during this primary and into the general election. And in so doing, I think the people of the 9th District have spoken loud and clear to me that they want their next congressman to work with President Trump and do everything possible to make America great again.
Muser will face Denny Wolf in November for the newly created 9th Congressional District seat. The race is set for the other new congressional district in our area. Former Wall Street investment banker John Schrin defeated his Republican challengers Joe Peters and Robert Knagle, and the victory came on Schrin's birthday. Schrin, like his two opponents, had aligned himself with President Donald Trump. He will face incumbent Democratic Congressman Matt Cartwright in the fall. State Representative Scott Wagner held off two opponents to capture the Republican nomination for governor. Wagner will face incumbent Governor Tom Wolf in November. Meanwhile, State Representative Tara Toohill and State Senator John Udechak ran unopposed. Incumbent State Representative Gerald Mullery was unopposed in the primary, but will face Republican opponent Justin Behrens in November. The other big story from yesterday, the severe weather. This was the scene at the Panorama Community Magazine building on East Buttonwood Street in Hazleton. The back section of the roof flew off and shattered two windows in the main building and landed on an employee's car. One of the employees then went home to find her son's car covered by a tree. That happened on Main Street in Cunningham. And in nearby Sybertsville, the winds brought down a tree and destroyed an outhouse on the property of the historic Brainerd Church. The storm also knocked out power in some areas. The Laurel Mall is hosting an array of activities. Here's Lisa Sugar with some details.
We're back at the Laurel Mall with our good friend Rocco Aruzo, who is the property manager here at the mall. And Rocco, another busy month, starting, I guess, with a Red Cross is back for another blood drive here at the mall.
Yeah, they'll be back on Friday, May 18th, Friday between 1:30 and 6:30 p.m. on the west side entrance of the mall in the mobile unit. And they're looking to, continue to collect that blood. They're doing very, very well. Actually, I got a letter from them last week, and I can't remember exactly, but they got a lot of pints of blood. So we want to keep this thing going, and we're always glad to have them here, and anything we could do to help, we're here for them.
I know the winter took a toll on them, so they desperately need people to come out and give. And so this will be happening on the 18th from 1:30 until 6:30?
Correct. 1:30 p.m. to 6:30 p.m. West Side entrance, mobile unit. They can call the American Red Cross to set up an appointment that they can, have a certain time to go. They can call the mall office, and we'll be glad to assist them in any way.
All righty, very good. The Reading Railroad train display is back at the mall as well.
Yeah, this is an annual event, and I'll tell you, it gets bigger and bigger. And when they called me, I said, oh boy, where are we going this year? Because between all the kiosks we have in the mall and everything, but we were fortunate that we had the former Olympia store available. Hopefully that's going to get leased soon, but we have it available for now. So we said, hey, if you can make it work in there. So what we're going to do, we're opening up the store. It's over 120 feet long. And so they have different type of trains and, from the old locomotives right up. But we're bringing it not only into Olympia, then we're bringing it into the Boscov's wing. So that whole day will be tied up with the Reading Railroad trains. That whole weekend.
Very good. That's going from the 17th until the 20th. And then I was always amazed when you come to the mall and you see cars inside the mall. I thought that's not an easy task.
Berger Family Dealership is doing their final liquidation. And they called us and said, hey, we want to do something different instead of just having it at the, the car dealership. So I said, how about we park all those cars in the lower level of the parking lot of the Regal? And that's what they're going to do. So they'll be here from the 16th through the 19th. I'm looking forward to it, to be honest with you. They said they have a lot to liquidate. They have great prices. So anyone who needs a car, now's the time to do it from Berger Family Dealership.
It will be the end of the month before you know it. We just want to give a shout out that you have two big events coming up at the end. We'll have more on that later.
Right. We will, the Memorial Day Sidewalk Sale and, of course, our second annual Spring Fling Carnival.
All right, both of those events coming up. You can always go to their Facebook page for more information, but a busy month again here at the Laurel Mall.
Thanks, Lisa. Good to see you, Rocco. And now a reminder that our SSPTV programming is available tonight and every Wednesday from 6:30 until 8 p.m. on our high-definition channel, 513. You can also catch a rebroadcast of SSPTV News tonight at 8 p.m. on both channels, Channel 13 and HD 513. Ahead on SSPTV News, we'll talk with a Lady Cougar softball player about her approach at the plate as she's been tearing the cover off the ball recently. And up next, some hunting safety advice from the producer and host of the show, Wild 'Bout Huntin'. This is SSPTV News, your place for 24 hours of your hometown news and information.
This is SSPTV News, brought to you by Samsung Productions and the Hazleton Standard Speaker.
Dennis Dennis Gans is back with us again. He is the producer and host of Wild Bat Huntin', which is seen right here on SSPTV. And he gives us outstanding advice for anyone who is a hunter or who wants to be a hunter. And this time you're talking about getting ready for the big hunting trip. And we may forget some things because when you're out there, you're worrying about, getting the animal that you're going out to hunt. But you also got to protect your eyes and your ears, you said as well.
Yeah, I mean, when we're getting ready for a hunt, one of the things that we have a tendency to do, or we should be doing, is either sighting our rifle in or patterning our shotgun. We're in turkey season right now, so a lot of people were probably patterning their shotguns to see what shotgun load is going to work best and how the gun is shooting for them. So when we do that, we don't take into consideration that we may shoot multiple shots until we get that right. When we're out in the hunting woods, you're only hopefully taking one shot at that animal, but when you're taking multiple shots, it puts a lot of strain on your hearing, and you always got to make sure you protect your eyes because you never know if something's going to ricochet. So I'm wearing a pair of safety glasses right now that I usually wear. I have another pair here for my son or my wife if we're shooting. It's always good to wear. These have like a yellow lens, so it kind of illuminates it and makes it easier to see. And then I have my hearing protection right around me here, and there's lots of different types of hearing protection that you can purchase. These are regular earplugs. I put them in. I can still hear, but it dampens that muzzle blast. They come in nice little carry cases just like this. But it's important to protect your hearing. You only have it. That's all you have, and a lot of people lose their hearing. You're right up against that gun. When that thing goes off, it's really, especially that ear that's closest to it, is really being affected.
And you told me that even like there are headsets, I guess, that you can wear as well. It doesn't drown out everything. You can still hear, but you're just not going to have your hearing impacted by the loud noise.
Right. There's a lot of different, we talk about the earmuffs out there right now, headphones, whatever you want to call them, that actually work in that fashion. Walker's Game Ear is a brand that people know. It's very popular out there, but there's so many more coming out where you can adjust the volume so you can still hear, and it actually helps enhance hearing the wildlife around you. But when that gun goes off, it dampens that muzzle blast, a lot like our video cameras that we use to film segments here at SSPTV or when we're out in the field. You can adjust it that it dampens that muzzle blast. There's also, if you don't like the big headphone, you can get hearing aid style earpieces that you can go in and do the same thing. And then if you go to a lot of expos, I know the Great American Outdoor Show, they always have a couple of different vendors down there. Well, they'll actually do an injection mold and mold the hearing aid right to your ear. They're a little bit costly, but for the price of your hearing, I think it's well worth it, and it's a good tool. And then good eye protection, to protect your eyes. It's good to teach your children that when you're out shooting. A lot of people are out there today enjoying shooting sports, and now that the weather's getting nice, they're going to be going to the range. So these are some things that you want to keep in mind.
Well, stay safe, keep your hearing and your sight safe, and you're doing a great job as always.
Time now for weather on SSPTV News.
Just what everyone wants to see, more water, but this is a nice and peaceful scene outside of St. John Bosco Church in Cunningham. Now let's go to our forecast from the National Weather Service. More showers likely tonight, 60% chance, mainly before 10 p.m. We will see some patchy fog after 3 a.m. with a low of 54 degrees. Thursday, a 50% chance of some showers, patchy fog before 10 a.m. Mostly cloudy, high of 68. At night, we're down to 55 degrees, 50% chance of showers, 70% chance of showers on Friday, high of 63. Same chance at night, low of 50. 60% chance of showers, maybe a thunderstorm Saturday, high of 65. At night, 40% chance of showers, low of 56. Then on Sunday, 30% chance of showers and thunderstorms, high of 75. A chance of showers at night, 30% chance, mostly cloudy, low of 58 degrees.
Tonight's weather is brought to you by Valley High Food Drive-In, the area's oldest ice cream and fast food restaurant. Stop by for our ice cream and yogurt, now featuring fat-free, no sugar-added soft frozen yogurt with flavors like vanilla, strawberry, and strawberries and cream. We also have burgers, hot dogs, fries, and much more. For daily hours, call 570-455-5362. That's Valley High, Route 93 in West Hazleton, and like us on Facebook.
Well, if you want to get moving and get or stay in shape, maybe this segment from the Hazleton YWCA will inspire you to do just that.
My name is Ryan Paisley. I am the fitness coordinator and personal trainer at the Hazleton Y. We offer a lot of new cardio equipment that we just got in. We're trying to modernize our fitness area. We have new treadmills, new ellipticals, new rowing machine, We also have stair climbers. We also have a great weight area with everything you need, dumbbells, machines. We have a lot going on there. We also offer personal training. I do the personal training. And we are also starting this Monday the 14th. We are starting the You Move, You Lose, You Win challenge, which is a fitness challenge over 5 weeks where members can participate in 1 challenge per week, and if they complete the challenge, their name will be put into a raffle and they get picked for prizes. For more information, you can call 570-455-2046 or come and stop in the Y anytime.
Lost a rock climbing challenge to Kent Jackson, won at the YWCA, but that's for another time. That story. Here's your midday winning lottery numbers. Sports is next. See you soon.
Time now for sports on SSPTV News.
It's Dave Day here on SSPTV News. Sports fans, let's welcome Dave Seaman, the Standard Speaker sports editor. And Dave, District 2 track and field meet in the books. Good news for Cougars and Lady Cougars. Paige Bonin takes the Javelin District Championship. She'll head to the state championships again this year. She'll be with teammate Katera Leggett. She was second in the shot put. And Joe Grula will go for both events. I was talking with our John Eric Pola, who's a coach at Pittston area, and I think he told me that Joe got that triple jump on his last try at the district meet.
Yeah, he made it on his last, and it was definitely an emotional moment for Joe and his entourage, you might want to say, because Joe brings a lot of people, and just the effort that he put into the season. Again, as we've talked about in the past, I mean, Joe he's relatively new to the sport. He's just like learning all the mechanics of first the javelin and now the jumping events. Obviously, he's an outstanding athlete. Gets into the triple jump competition where he's faced against Kyron Harbin of Scranton, who's a dynamic athlete. Joe's faced him on the basketball court a few times now over the past few seasons. Looked like Harbin was going to win the competition. For Joe to get to states, that he wasn't going to catch Harbin, he had to meet the state qualifying standard, which I believe was 45 feet. And lo and behold, Joe hasn't made that in his first couple jumps. He comes down to his last jump, and as any gamer does, he stepped up when the chips were down, and he made the jump and qualified for states.
Dave, Steve Stallone had the coverage for you. Read it. It was in the Standard Speaker, and I loved in the story he was talking about Paige Bonin throwing the javelin. And really, when he was interviewing her, she talked about the struggle of, having the injury last year. I think it was an ACL, and then coming back this year. And it wasn't all, this triumphant story. There were some challenges she faced with it, but to get back to states, that's quite a feat, and she'll be healthy this year. And Steve Stallone had coverage of all the athletes who got medals from the Hazelton Area High School. One of them was Jeff Planudis, basketball player. Dave high jumped in middle school and then picked it up late in the season. I talked to him about his bronze medal at districts.
Yeah, I actually picked it up last week, so I knew there was 1 meet left to qualify for districts. I did it in middle school, and I knew I could qualify, but I didn't know how well I would do in district because there's more than just jumping to that. It's like the whole form and stuff. So I did still get a 3rd medal, which was awesome. So now I have a bronze, silver, and gold in District 2. So that was cool.
So now they'll get ready for the District 11 championships. Of course, you can catch coverage of that in the Standard Speaker. And Dave, let's move on to softball. The Schuylkill League championships coming up. North Schuylkill will take on Pine Grove. It's round 3 this season, Dave. They split their first 2 meetings. I'm very interested in that. Would a run at the end of the season by North Schuylkill. See what they can do now at the end with league championships and then district playoffs coming up in the Hazelton area softball team. Dave, you've been following them all season long. We always mention their hitting. Someone you keep bringing up is Marissa Trivalpiece. She's really been on fire lately, Dave. I looked at the stats, 13 for 24. She has a 542 average since the beginning of May, 4 home runs and 11 RBI. You're seeing her in person, so very impressive.
Yeah, and she'd be the first one to admit that she was slumping at the beginning of the season, by her standards anyway, and she's really, stepped up her game in the middle of that order, an experienced hitter. She's played a lot of softball. We can take her, take it through the travel ball years, and then stepping up last year as a freshman, being part of that state final team. And, she knew she was going to be a key contributor this year. It took her a while to get into the swing of things, but once she started, finding the pitches that she's liked, not many pitchers have been satisfied with those results because they're not just cheap home runs either. She's hitting the ball every field. She's spraying the ball, in every direction. over the fence, long home runs, line drives, doubles, triples, and like you said, home runs. I believe she has eight home runs this season. She's catching Tiana Treon for the team leading RBIs. It just seems like she's getting a big hit whenever she steps up to the plate.
And I also spoke with Marissa about her hitting success recently.
I don't know, I just have a lot more confidence. The first half of the season, I was just kind of like too much concerned about getting on base. Now I'm just like, you can hit, like, go up there, and I'm more aggressive. Like, I used to like get very far behind the count. Now I'm going up there looking to whack the first one. So
Now, I actually spoke with Marissa and Jeff, and they were promoting a basketball game next week, Dave. It's the first ever Cougars Dunk Depression charity basketball game. We'll have a full preview tomorrow on SSPTV News. Dave, you wanted to mention the boys volleyball team from Hazleton area qualifying for the Districts 2/11 sub-regional playoffs. Big feat this year, and they've been pretty consistent all year long.
Yeah, they have, and they finished in the upper division of the Wyoming Valley Conference this year. I believe that's the first time that's happened in several years. Now you get an opportunity to, play in the sub-regional tournament. Lehigh Valley's always been known for their strong volleyball programs, and the Cougars are going to go right into the teeth of that. Anything the Cougars get right now would be, a bonus, because they've really exceeded expectations. They've done a fantastic job with the program. The guys have bought in. There's been no problems on the team, and it's just a team getting together. A lot of fantastic athletes from other sports too, lending their talents to the volleyball team. And like I said, whatever they get now is gravy, because they've set a standard now for the volleyball program, and maybe even better things will be ahead for them.
And Dave, it's an exciting time of year with district playoffs coming up in several sports, and state championships coming up in track next week. Keep track of all of it with the Standard Speaker and us here at SSP TV News.
Good evening, everyone. Here's today's talk of the town. The Pocono Greyhound Adoption will be having their Great Hound Hustle 5K run and walk and dog walk on June 2nd at Tuscarora State Park. If you pre-register by May 23rd, the cost is only $20. To pre-register, you can email the email on your screen. And for more information, you can visit the website on your screen. And that's today's Talk of the Town. SSPTV News would like to send our sincere condolences to the family and friends of these who recently departed. Janine E. Foster of Drums. Friends may call Thursday from 4 to 8 p.m. at the Vandermay Wayne Colonial Funeral Home in Wayne, New Jersey. Dorothy May Hayer, formerly of Freeland. Mass is Saturday at 10 a.m. at Holy Assumption of St. Mary Church in Wilkes-Barre. Friends may call Friday from 6 to 8 p.m. and Saturday from 9 to 10 a.m. at the church. The John V. Morris Family Funeral Home in Wilkes-Barre is in charge of arrangements. Joseph D. Hutyin, formerly of Hazleton. Mass is Monday at 11 a.m. at St. Jane Francis de Chantal Church in Bethesda, Maryland. The Pumphrey Funeral Home is in charge of the arrangements. Linda Irene Soika of Hazel Township. The Hazel Chapel of the Crofton Hughes Funeral Home will announce the arrangements. And Joseph Thomas Zemensky of West Hazleton. Mass is Saturday at 10 a.m. at Transfiguration Church in West Hazleton. The Hillary J. Bonin Funeral Home in West Hazleton is in charge of arrangements. Attention pay-per-view subscribers. If you see your name now on SSP TV News, you can call in and win a free movie from Service Electric Cablevision. Today's winner is Lori Ropp of Ashland. Call now and leave a message at 570-455-7267 extension 104 for your free movie.
Tomorrow it's our Volunteer of the Week segment, and we'll give away some Frankie's Cold Pizza. I'll see you then. Take it easy, everyone.
Watch us online anytime at ssptv.com and follow us on Facebook and Twitter.